everything has become extremely ridiculous in life. You have people who are moving into countries, and instead of assimilating or being one with that country, they choose to group up with those who are in their own country they came from, and they don't want to talk to anyone in the new country. Alberta, we're separating. I can't wait. But you have people who just move in. They don't want to talk to anyone else. They don't care about anyone else. They only care about the other people from the country they moved from. And now suddenly every Canadian is just. I think this is a big problem, and people should be honest enough to say it, because this is only going to create more division, and people don't like this. When you move to another country and you feel like there's different groups that are taking over different places of your country, and none of them want to talk to you. None of them care. It's just they moved here, they only care about themselves. They're sending money back home. They don't care about anyone else. They're just only caring about themselves. So it makes sense that as Canadians, we would say immigration needs to be stopped. We don't want any more of you. Go back to your own country. And it's getting more common these days that it's acceptable to say that, because more people are noticing this. So that's what it is. What I would like to do right now. So the UK government created a video game. This is going to be wild. All right. Let's yeah. All right, there we go. All right. So pathways. A free youth centered interactive learning package for education on extremism, radicalism, and preventionism. Now, well, prevent. You know what? I like to use bigger words because I like to think more out. I have a lot of things going on in my mind. It's not a small brain. I like to think. All right, let's play this video game, shall we? I just want to make sure this is good. All right, we're good. Let's go. I am going to determine this journey. All right. I can't see the screen. See, this is a thing. So sometimes you have immigrants that come into the country. They're incredibly smart, intelligent, kind, fair, reasonable, but they don't understand that you're still a piece of shit. If you don't want to be Canadian, just go back to your own country. Why are you here if you only care about your own people and your own race? That's one thing I will never understand. I've met a lot of great human beings in life, and some of them you can just tell they only care about their own race. They don't care about Canada. They don't want to be Canadian. Anyways, all right. So let's see what the UK is doing here. All right.
In this game, you will be presented with scenarios that require you to take action, like hearing something hateful while gaming or watching a provocative video on social media.
I'm playing a game right now. What do you mean Why is this game gonna hurt me? I've I've never seen anything provocative on social media. Everything's just, you have eyes, yes. It's not very. It's just it's reality.
From the 3 alternative options presented, you will use your mouse to select one based on the information given and what outcome you think this will have.
I don't know what I'm doing.
The choices you make will determine the route your character takes. Remember to be aware of getting trapped in risky or harmful situations, as the different choices can lead to situations involving extremism and radicalization, damaging the outcome for your character.
This is the stupidest thing I have ever done in my life, and I'm embarrassed that I'm on camera acting like Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, this is crazy. All right, let's go. This is the problem when you play video games. There's mods you can install, and you could completely mod her, and I don't know if that's a backpack or if she's like 30 years old and carrying that. I'm on camera. This could be a problem. I'm just going to be a dude and just be like, all right, I'm a dude. Let's see how this goes. All right. Oh, I have to click next. This, I've, this video game's crazy. All right.
Charlie was enjoying an online game with friends.
Next. Okay.
Charlie had not long started attending a new college in East Riding, and they were so relieved to have made new friends having recently left school.
What do you mean they? He. I selected the male character.
Charlie has started browsing new games and websites that some of the new friends use.
When I was younger, it was wild growing up in the early 2000s being on the internet. 2 girls, 1 cup, 1 guy, 1 jar. That is the least of it.
Sometimes, though, the people on these websites say things that seem off, even slightly concerning.
Fuck you, liberals. You don't want to be Canadian? Go back to your own country. Why are you here if you don't want to be Canadian? If you want to be living in your own country, not caring about anyone else around you, go back to your own country. Yeah, that doesn't seem off to me. That seems pretty normal, anyways.
Someone on this website has encouraged Charlie to download a video, but Charlie is unsure.
These days, Windows, if you're using Windows, there's enough software in the antivirus it can detect if you're downloading anything illegally. So I wouldn't worry about it. If you click a download link, as long as it's not video.exe, you're going to be good. Don't worry about it. But you can download a video. Just if you know what you're doing, even 10%, you're not, it's okay. Charlie, download the video.
How should Charlie
Download
react?
the video. All right. That's crazy. That was an option. All right.
Charlie wanted to continue being part of their new online community.
Yeah.
Charlie downloaded the video and shared it with different people online.
Did Charlie not see? This is the whole context that's missing. The UK government is insane. Charlie should have done a basic virus scan of the video just to make sure there's nothing bad in there before he sent the video to other people. This is why the UK is insane, because you would think they would be telling their population, okay, you need to do a scan. Okay, Charlie, you downloaded the video. You might have screwed up, but you have to make sure that before you start sending it to, you don't infect other people and all that. This is like, the UK government is so stupid. Charlie, you gotta scan the video, dude. You can't just be sending random people, maybe it doesn't even say if it's his friends and family. It's just like, oh, he's sending this. The UK government is completely retarded and they don't know the way the internet works.
Charlie felt relieved and happy that people were liking the video and also sharing it.
It was probably a virus, and he's just getting fake AI feedback. The UK government is so stupid, they don't know what the hell they're doing. You have to educate people instead of just sending propaganda out there. This is I feel like an 80-year-old Karen just sat there and wrote this, and they're like, the Prime Minister of the UK is like, okay, very good, because even he's an idiot. These people are stupid.
Deep down, Charlie wasn't sure if this was the right thing to do, as some of the ideas in the video were extreme and violent.
No, the problem is the UK government isn't explaining how you don't just share random videos without first scanning them.
It's important to remember that downloading or streaming certain content can lead to a terrorist offence conviction.
Wouldn't it be something if you told Charlie about that before this? These people are so off the rails. This is so...
Charlie is receiving an important grade on a piece of work they submitted for their hospitality course at college.
I hate that. Okay, next.
Charlie put in a lot of effort for this work and is excited to receive good feedback.
From her?
Charlie takes a seat in class and waits to get their grade.
He's gonna fuck his teacher. All right. Let's go.
To their disappointment, Charlie doesn't do as well as they expect. They got 60 out of 100 for their work, but they wanted at least 75 out of 100.
Okay. Charlie and his teacher. Charlie is going to make something happen here. He's getting 100 out of 100. Okay.
To make matters worse, somebody else got 80 out of 100, and the teacher said that this person has received a job offer.
The teacher's a lesbian. You see, this is the problem. Life just isn't fair. And even when it is, people just aren't honest enough to say exactly what is happening here. You can tell by her haircut. And then I think that, I don't know, what is she, like 35? This is maybe 19. It's still legal, but I think there's an ethical duty for teachers to not do that to their students. So I think this woman should be arrested and be thrown in jail because she, oh yeah.
Charlie has applied to dozens of jobs, but hasn't had any luck yet.
That's because this 40-year-old Karen teacher over here is taking all of.
Somebody else in the class tells Charlie that this is proof that immigrants are coming to the UK and taking our jobs.
No, it's the teacher. It has. See, I mentioned this in the beginning of the video. There's certain thoughts people have, and if you're honest with people, they're honest with you, right? But the problem is, this one here, look how angry she is. She's like, and then this one is like, oh, and then him. There's like these two people here that are, well, she kind of looks like something happened before, and he's like, what's going on here? Like, what even is this? What am I looking at? All right. I have to make an okay. Ignore the comment, but don't address your first. No, I'm addressing it. Agree with the comment, explore, ignore. How can I just stand up and say all of this is so fucking language? All of this is so stupid and fake. None of these can possibly be an option because of how stupid this is. I'm just going to go with the middle one. We'll go with the middle one. Because
Charlie left the classroom without saying a word to their teacher.
She's clearly a lesbian, and is there a back button?
Over the next few days, Charlie became more and more frustrated with their situation.
His situation. This is. I'm getting really frustrated.
They still weren't getting anywhere with their job, and Charlie started to worry about the future.
Because my lesbian teacher clearly is having so much relations with every woman, and I'm like, you gotta leave those women for me. Like, just can you calm down? You've gone too far. Save some for Charlie.
Charlie began thinking more about the comments said in class, about immigrants taking our jobs, and started to believe in that idea.
Yeah, it's true.
Charlie has been chilling out all afternoon.
No.
They've been scrolling on social media.
He's been scrolling on this is where life is about to completely change because of how stupid this are. Okay.
They spot a video that seems to be getting a lot of attention.
If you like my body and
Charlie watches the video and learns from the video that Muslim men are stealing the places of British war veterans in emergency accommodation.
You pieces. Who the hell does that? Like, why would you do that? I don't even understand why they would mention this. That is insane. You don't do that.
In the video, they explain that the government is betraying white British people and we need to take back control of our country.
Well, yeah, who the hell does that? And this is one thing I mentioned in the beginning of the video. You have people that move into a country and they don't want to assimilate. They don't care about being one with the culture. They only care about moving to another country. And then they create these groups, and those groups don't care about the people that were actually in that country. And what's crazy, if another national group moved into their country and started doing that to them, and it was done on a large enough scale that it made them feel uncomfortable, they would have a problem with it, and they would be like, hey, what about our culture? What about us? You've invited so many people into our country that we don't matter anymore. Like, nobody wants to talk with us, nobody cares about us. All of these people only care about their race and culture. And that is exactly what is happening in Canada. Yeah.
Charlie couldn't believe what they were seeing. Charlie immediately began typing comments and sharing the video with their friends and family, wondering what they could do to stop this.
Shut down immigration and deport people. Problem solved.
As the likes, comments and shares came in, they felt that they had performed a patriotic service by standing up for veterans and white people's rights.
It's not about, what do you mean, white people's rights? It's about having a culture. And I'm going to say it again. You have people that move into your country. Instead of being one with the country, they just have these small groups, and those small groups don't care about any Canadians. And the Canadian government expects them to assimilate, but they never assimilate. There's never any social structure that allows everyone to just unite and be one. It's just a bunch of little groups living in Canada, and none of them care about anyone else. And then Canadians want all of them deported, and they don't want any more of them here because it's gone too far. And that's it. It's simple. Any normal person would say that.
Unfortunately, Charlie didn't realise that some of the groups they were engaging with online were actually illegal.
And you see why the UK is so retarded? You can say something that makes complete sense and be very honest, and everyone who hears it will understand it. But you have people in government and these groups, and they just make up this, your thoughts are illegal. My thoughts aren't illegal. They're based in reality, and anyone with common sense can understand it. And I think Canada, with Justin Trudeau, it was so inviting, but a lot of people who came into our country didn't understand that you can't just move here, have your little groups, and not care about anyone else, because we're all Canadian. I know so many people who are Canadian that are of different cultures and groups, and a lot of them are amazing people and they deserve respect. But you can't just sit in your little group and not care about Canadians. If that's all you want to do is just sit in your little group, go back to your own country. If you don't want to be Canadians and you don't want to involve Canadians in your life and be respectful and show respect, like it is the reason English and French Canadians don't get along. If you go to Quebec, everything is in French. There's no English anywhere. And even if you try to talk to Quebec people, they're not going to talk, they'll act confused and this. When they come over here, the same thing happens, but it's not as bad because on packaging you still have French, but when you have an entire new country of people come into Canada and none of them, it's like we don't need more French Canadians here. This is why I hope Alberta separates. Like this, I don't understand how these other countries don't understand how it's not normal to go to another country and just act like you take it over and you don't show any respect or care for the people that live there. But so many of you do it, and that is why no more of you. Time to deport. Like, just there's too many of you, and none of you care about Canadians. None of you want to be Canadians. All of you want to create your own country in Canada. Go back to your own country, with all due respect. Not all of you are like that, but just being honest. All right.
Charlie has been enjoying a family dinner at home when they receive a notification from their friend.
Hello. Yep. Yeah, it's good to run. Yeah. All right. Yeah, all good. See ya.
Charlie's mum makes a comment about using phones at the dinner table, but Charlie checks in anyway.
What if Charlie's girlfriend was in a car accident? Checking phones at dinner tables should be okay as long as you don't sit there and check your phone. Anything could happen. That's the one thing about technology these days, and it is a saving grace. Someone could like help or whatever. It makes sense to not sit at the dinner table but check. Charlie's mom is such a cranky old lady. I think Charlie's woman in the future is she's not going to be like this. She's going to be like this because she's happy. Charlie is looking at his phone to see, all right, no, everything's fine. Put it down. Go back to business. But it's like Charlie's mom, which is the UK government, is like, these people are.
Amelia, Charlie's close friend, has made a video encouraging young people in Bridlington to join a political group that seeks to defend English rights.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I like Canadian rights. I just like Canadian culture. So if something like this happened, I would absolutely join it, especially when Canadian culture is involved. Because growing up, everybody always talked to each other. There was never a time when anyone just started speaking, aside from French people. That's why there's English and French Canadians. None of us like each other. But there was a time when you could just interact with everyone you know. And even when I was younger, there were French speakers. And in school, I took both French and Ukrainian classes. Добрый день. That's Ukrainian. And Je m'appelle Trevor. Comment t'appelles too? See, I know both languages. I'm not very proficient at them, but I can speak both. Look at me. I'm sorry, those other languages went in my head, and I had I had flashbacks to. All right, let's move on.
Amelia encourages Charlie to join a secret group on an app Charlie hasn't heard of before. Charlie isn't sure whether to join, explore further, or ignore.
Is Charlie? Yeah. See, this is the problem. So when I started this video game, Charlie, I selected the male character, but I keep being told that Charlie is they instead of him. So I don't know if I'm playing a female character or a male character. And based on what I'm trying to answer here, that actually plays a role, because Charlie, how old is Charlie's not that old. So I don't I feel like if I would have selected the female character, it would still say they, but I don't know because I don't want to play that character.
Amelia encourages Charlie to join a secret group on an app Charlie hasn't heard of before. Charlie isn't sure whether to join, explore further, or ignore.
What's that website? You know what? I gotta say, if I was Charlie, if that's the OF link, let's go. Like, why not? Like, especially if you met her in person, if you know her, like you can work something out. Makes sense. Yeah. Let's. Yeah.
Charlie thought the video the friend posted was so funny. They
Funny.
couldn't believe how many likes Amelia's memes were getting. It was inspiring.
I think Amelia has a lot more than memes out there. And all right.
Charlie joined the secret group on this new
His
platform.
mom again.
Their phone wouldn't stop buzzing with messages of support and invitations to participate in several similar groups. Charlie's mum was not so pleased and grew suspicious of all this new activity their child seemed to be involved in.
This is so stupid.
Charlie was seeing their dad at the weekend. He lives in Hull, so their weekends look very different to their weekdays in East Riding. Charlie's friend Amelia immediately looked interested and told them about a protest she wished she could go to herself, but was not allowed. Amelia spoke of a gathering that had been organised by a small political group. They would come together and protest the changes that Britain has been through in the last few years and the erosion of British values.
I think I see what's going on here.
Amelia talked about the banners and the pickets that her friends had made for the events and expressed a real regret that she could not go, begging Charlie to go in her place.
But Charlie wants Amelia to be there.
Charlie has nothing to do this weekend, and a protest sounded like an interesting thing to take part in.
Yeah.
Charlie decided this would be a good use of their time.
His time.
Considering all the things they had seen and heard over the last few weeks, it would be good to express their feelings about it with like-minded individuals. They went home and made a banner to take with them to the protest.
The United Kingdom reminds me of Germany at a certain period in time when everything they said was just so completely dishonest and fake, but everyone was like, okay, yeah, makes complete sense. Yep. Let's get the chambers ready.
Charlie arrived at the protest and was swept up by the atmosphere. It was great to see so many people there.
Charlie found himself 2 women. That's exactly what that is. It's like you get. I won't go into details, but you always gotta have a side.
Everything was going well until Charlie almost became involved in a fight by accident.
What does this even mean? It's not an at symbol. Usually, if you're intelligent enough, you can do this in a way that makes sense, but yeah, I don't know what that is. All right.
The police saw they were part of a group and took their details.
What do you mean their details? There's one dude here. The police. This is either a 9-year-old boy or a 30-year-old woman. This is ridiculous.
Charlie was frightened by this,
Why?
not knowing if their parents would be informed.
I'm not.
Charlie thought about all the difficult choices they had needed to make in the last few weeks.
What has been difficult? There's nothing difficult about any of this.
Some of their choices had led to changes in friendship, and Charlie was feeling low, as they weren't sure if they had made the right decisions.
Yes, he made every right decision.
The teacher had noticed this and decided to reach out.
I had some, it's really cold in Canada now. I had some water get in and my foot touched the ice and, that's all. It's all good.
The teacher sat with them and talked openly and frankly about the ideology that Charlie had discovered. The teacher reassured that Charlie had made the right decisions. Charlie realised that if they had chosen to engage with these harmful ideas, the consequences would have been very different.
Did I screw this up? I'm gonna have to do this again. How do you get with the teacher?
Charlie accepted they may need support.
There's still, okay, this is crazy. Okay, there's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Charlie's teacher made a prevent referral, and they were able to provide tailored support for Charlie.
I have to learn to edit videos. This has gone on for too long. All of that was just acting. It wasn't anything weird.
They began a workshop that helped them learn how to engage positively with ideology and the differences between right and wrong in expressing political beliefs.
Fuck you, bitch. I wouldn't say that to any of you, but
Charlie received counselling to help them process the other events in their life, and they felt much better for it.
Charlie, a child, is talking to an old black man with a beard, and that made Charlie a lot happier. Do you see how retarded this is, that we have to include multiculturalism and all of this nonsense? All right, what lies ahead?
It was decided that Charlie was at borderline risk of radicalisation, given their proximity to it.
I know, look at this. No boy or man will ever be radicalized more than having to deal with one of these.
Charlie engaged in various activities through Prevent, such as family counselling sessions, which helped address some of the issues at the heart of being influenced by harmful ideologies.
What harmful ideologies? Charlie was like, hey, hi there, this and that, this and that. And then it's like the teacher came in and the teacher wanted to molest Charlie. And then Charlie's parents pinky up, and I don't even know. I wish my mom was good shit. I remember one day I was fat and she's like, why don't you get up off your ass and fucking do it? Like, she fucking yelled at me. And I'm like, this mom is like, oh, Charlie. Both, I don't know who is the bigger beta out of both of these two human beings here, but you can tell why Charlie looks this way. This is crazy.
They started taking up new skills and hobbies, and made new friends.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
They also started receiving extra support at college to ensure they had someone to talk to openly about ideological thoughts.
So like now there's another student his age, but the old black guy with a beard is there, and he's like, hi there. Like, what are we, what is it? What am I even watching?
What is Prevent? Prevent is a referral programme operated by the Home Office in partnership with local services. It was set up in 2003 as part of legislation responding to the 9/11 terror attack in the USA. The overarching aim of Prevent is to stop violent extremism from happening within our communities. Prevent works on the basis that any ideology can be harmful, and therefore anyone can be at risk of becoming radicalised. The programme seeks to identify cases of extremism before any violent acts are committed, and it does so by addressing difficulties vulnerable individuals may be experiencing and helping them overcome it. Why is Prevent important? Prevent is an important part of the UK's counter-terrorism strategy because it seeks to tackle extremist behaviour as it emerges instead of after an attack. It acknowledges that underlying issues and vulnerabilities play a role in extreme ideas and behaviours and wants to reduce the effects that push someone into extremism. It's important because Prevent doesn't seek to punish people who have fallen victim to radicalisation. It aims to reduce the risk of violence and enable vulnerable
This is
people
what
to live a
happens when
life
you
without
let
hate or
women
violence.
run a society.
Who does Prevent support? Though it is rare, Prevent understands that any ideology has the potential to harm others if the right conditions are met. Prevent does not target any specific demographic, community or ideology, and the support they offer is available to anyone who may be
Unless
motivated
you're
by an ideology to behave in an extreme manner. This means that anyone could be referred to Prevent to receive their support.
only a white woman would.
What is the process and how does Prevent work? Prevent will only come into contact with someone if they receive a referral either from them directly or from someone who has concerns.
This is
Referrals
so
can come
stupid.
from a variety of places, such as parents, other family members or friends, teachers, and health or social workers. Anyone can make a referral if they have concerns about radicalisation. The referral asks the
When is
person
this
filling
going
the
to
form
stop? I have
to
something
include
to say.
details about the individual's behaviour, beliefs, and other contextual factors that might make them vulnerable. The referral is then reviewed by a panel of experts from different fields to discuss if the person is at risk or not,
This is so
and what kind of support would be most appropriate. Most referrals are not followed up by Prevent if support from other organisations is more appropriate. On the occasions where Prevent does take on a referral, the information is passed
Good
to channel.
luck, UK
Channels
citizens.
are the
Holy
specialists in
shit.
supplying support that is specific to radicalisation and ideologies. They work with the individual to reduce the risk of harm to that person and wider society. They take a multi-agency approach to providing support, so support could involve mentors, interactions with people who left harmful ideologies, family support, financial and housing support, counselling or therapy sessions, religious support, and more. Receiving support from Prevent or Channel does not appear on a criminal record. Any involvement is always confidential and voluntary. Involvement with Prevent seeks
This
to
is
lead people away from
unbelievable, and it
behaviours
just keeps
that are
on going.
against the law
What the
before
hell
they
am I
engage.
watching?
It is designed not only to keep communities safe and peaceful, but to enable the individual at risk to live a fulfilling life without the risk of fines, arrests, or prison sentences, which may arise from extreme behaviours.
I am not going to click next. That is ridiculous. So, what I'm going to say to you, the UK government, and anyone in the EU, go fuck yourselves. You absolute. I don't understand how citizens that live in a country would allow that for their government to treat them that way. This is so stupid. As a Canadian, this is why Alberta wants to separate. We're sick of immigration because who wants to live this way? This is ridiculous. How long is this? Is 50 minutes already. All right, I'm going to just stop this video. I'm going to upload it. This is ridiculous. I don't understand how so many people, they just don't they don't know how to think. They don't have thoughts on their own, and they're just like, oh, this is harmful. And then when you're honest, they're just like, "Wah!" Nothing in life is real, everything is stupid. And I treat it as such. And okay. Let's just see how this ends. Let's see how it ends. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, very good then. That makes complete sense. Life is ridiculous. Everything is stupid. And if you can't laugh, you cry. As Red Green would say, keep your stick on the ice.